Hello, everyone, and welcome to Beyond Belief. Thank you for joining us today. And wherever you're listening from, your car, on a walk, sitting with a cup of coffee, or maybe even lying on the floor staring at the ceiling, wherever you are, take a moment to realize something. You're not here by accident. There's something powerful in the act of slowing down, in taking a pause, in letting life come to you. Think about that for a second. The world today is moving at such speed, but you, right now, have chosen to be still, to listen. You've decided that this moment matters, and that's the kind of power we have when we slow down. To reflect, to engage, to open ourselves to something deeper. And today, I believe this message has the power to shift something in your life. We're not just stepping into a story about the ancient world. No, we're stepping into a story that is very much about us today. We're diving into Acts 14, verse 8 to 18. It's a story about a place called Lystra, but trust me, it's a place we all know very well. Lystra isn't just an ancient town. It's the inner world we all live in when we get caught up in worshiping the wrong things. The things we elevate, that promise us salvation but can never deliver. So let's lean in together. Let's allow the story to challenge us, open our eyes, and perhaps redefine something that needs to be reshaped in our lives. I need to confess something. There was a time when I trusted Google Maps more than I trusted my own eyes. You know that voice, right? Calm, confident, never second-guessing itself. It doesn't say, I think this might be right. No, it says, in 200 meters, turn left. And here's where it gets interesting. One day, I followed that voice, but when I turned left, I didn't find a road. I found a field, grass, dirt, a cow or two. There was no road, no sign of life. It was a field. And in that moment, I thought, wait, this can't be right. But here's a funny thing. My first instinct wasn't to question Google Maps. My first instinct was to question reality itself. I thought, maybe I missed something. I thought, maybe the road used to be here. I even thought, maybe I just need more faith. I didn't want to doubt the source. And that's when I realized, this is what happens when we elevate something to a place it can't sustain. We put too much trust in something, whether it's technology, people, or even our careers. We start doubting everything around us before we'll ever think to question it. And that's how we end up misplacing our worship. So let me ask you, what in your life are you trusting like Google Maps? What do you rely on so much that you're afraid to question it, even when it leads you down the road that has no exit? The reality is, we all do this. We take things, good things, and we start asking them to do God-sized work. We don't say it out loud. We don't even acknowledge it consciously. But we live like it. We say things like, if I get that promotion, I'll finally be secure. If this relationship works, I'll finally feel loved. If my kids turn out right, I'll know I mattered. If this dream becomes reality, I'll feel whole. And when those things fail, we're crushed, disappointed. But the truth is, it's not that those things have failed us. It's that we've misplaced our worship. We've asked them to carry a weight they were never meant to carry. This isn't a new human condition. This is what people in Lystra were doing. They saw a miracle, and instead of recognizing the source, they attached it to the wrong thing. And if we're honest, don't we do the same thing? We take a good thing and we treat it like the ultimate thing. And then, when it cracks under the pressure of our expectations, we feel betrayed. But it wasn't betrayal, it was misplaced worship. Let's look at the story itself. Paul and Barnabas arrive in Lystra. It's a small town, no fancy stage, no big crowds, just ordinary people. But there's something extraordinary about to happen. In the town is a man who's been crippled since birth. He's never walked, never stood, never felt the earth beneath his feet. And Paul looks at him, and Paul sees something. He doesn't just glance, he looks with intent. And what Paul sees is faith. Paul says, "Stand upright on your feet." And just like that, the man jumps up and begins to walk. Now, if this were me, I would have been absolutely stunned. But the crowd doesn't pause. They don't take a moment to ask, what just happened? They immediately shout, "The gods have come down to us in human form." Barnabas is Zeus. Paul is Hermes. And the chaos begins. They're bringing bulls, garlands, and preparing a sacrifice. Can you imagine? Paul heals a man, and within a minute, someone shouting, "Quick, get the oxen." Paul's response, of course, is, No, you've misunderstood." But here's the thing. The people of Lystra weren't mocking God. They were sincere. They just misidentified what they saw. Paul and Barnabas tear their clothes. Why? Because idolatry doesn't just offend God, it shrinks people. It makes us settle for less. When we elevate something that's not God, we stop being the people we were meant to be. Paul says, "We are only human, just like you." In other words, stop asking us to do what only God can do. We're human and we have limitations. But when we worship the wrong things, we start demanding that they fulfill God-sized promises. What are you demanding from your job or your relationship or your accomplishments? Are they meant to be your source of meaning, peace, or identity? That's the essence of idolatry. Taking something that's good and demanding that it do the work that only God can do. So here's the insight. The people of Lystra didn't reject God. They misidentified him. They took a real miracle and attached it to the wrong source. And we do the same thing. We say, "This will save me. This relationship will fulfill me. This success will give me purpose." But the truth is, none of those things can save us. When we misplace our worship, we end up disappointed. Let's pause and reflect for a moment. What in your life have you elevated to an ultimate place? What are you asking to save you that was never meant to? What do you turn to when you're afraid? What disappoints you more than it should? What do you defend more fiercely than is healthy? If you're feeling disappointed, perhaps it's time to reconsider what you've been asking to do God-sized works. Paul doesn't shame the people of Lystra. He doesn't tell them they're worthless. He simply redirects them. He says, "These good things you love, they are signs, not sources. They point to something greater. Creation points to the Creator. These things are meant to lead us to God, not replace Him." And what's one thing in your life you've elevated beyond its intended place? How can you enjoy it without asking it to carry the weight of your soul? Imagine a place where we enjoy success without worshiping it. We love leaders without idolizing them. We celebrate miracles without confusing the messenger. That's mature faith. That's freedom. And this is the kind of community the world is desperately searching for. So, may you recognize the difference between gifts and gods. May you enjoy the beauty of this world without demanding it saves you. May your disappointments become invitations to reorder your worship. May you let good things be good without asking them to be the ultimate. And may you find deep rest in the living God who alone can carry the weight of your soul. Miracles don't guarantee understanding. Sincerity doesn't prevent idolatry. Enthusiasm doesn't equal wisdom. But here's the truth. Grace keeps showing up. If you've placed your trust in the wrong thing, you're not condemned. You're being invited to redirect your worship, and that is mercy. Thank you for being here, and thank you for taking the time to listen, to reflect, and to challenge yourself. If this message stirred something in you, don't rush past it. Sit with it. Pray through it. Talk about it. And remember, God doesn't need your sacrifice. He wants your trust. Until next time, God bless.